going on, everyone? This is Dave from Lift Culture. This is going to be kind of a intent video, kind of what I would like to make of Lift Culture and where I'd like to see where it would go, and ultimately kind of what it would transform into. I see a lot of the same out there on YouTube, like to the point where I had this idea well over a year ago, and it wasn't until it was with a whole different group of people, and it wasn't even until I met Mo and very recently Sal, who kind of just exploded into Mo and I's life. He walked in just into a conversation at an ANBF show recently, where he ended up actually winning his pro card, and just said that he was a fan of Mo, and that it was I think I took more from it than anyone else did, because I was like, well, what the fuck, Mo has fans? And at that point it was just a guy I trained with, and I knew he'd done a show and had a pretty decent following, but to see that kind of just unfold in front of me was interesting. And so once we got talking to him, learned his kind of Sal's outlook on things, and then I mentioned this, and both of them just kind of took the ball rolling and kind of have lit the fire under my ass to kind of dust the cobwebs off this thing and get the ball rolling again. Going back to like how me and Mo kind of come from injuries. Sal, he's a physical therapist assistant at PTA, and he just knows his shit. He's a walking textbook. I think we'll be able to help and kind of bring a lot of these ideas from all these realms of different modes of thinking and training, from yoga to CrossFit to powerlifting into bodybuilding, into hypertrophy, into physique athletes, because there's something missing that I just see all these people injured and training around their injuries instead of addressing them, because they can't take time off for whatever reason. They keep pushing, and that's the whole thing. Hypertrophy, it's a different animal than performance or weight or your numbers or workout of the day. You're tearing down muscle and it's rebuilding itself bigger and stronger. But what also happens is that it gets stiff and tight, and it's taking off a little bit more and more now, but no one is kind of addressing that stiff, tight balls of meat aren't healthy. And that's where me and Mo were. We were young. I was 23, 24, having trained since I was 17, 18, 6 days a week, hitting every muscle group twice, and everything hurt. I didn't have the intensity that my mind wanted. My body just could not do it. And I'm like, how am I supposed to be able to do this thing I love for 10, 20 more years if I'm already this messed up? So it was the hardest thing in the world to take that step back. And I think that's where it was kind of one of those, we'll look back and go, that was one of those friendships, one of those connections that were made that were just instrumental in our development. And to be able to take this step back and look at the big picture, I think we've been doing this mobility and fascia tissue issue work for solid 2 years now. Very little gains have been made in those 2 years. So now that me and him are kind of coming out of that, the dark ages, so to speak, I think to be able to document these new training principles and time under tension and feeling these the range of motion and bringing all that back into hypertrophy, I think could be, again, very, very valuable. So I'll try and shorten this up. It's probably way too long already. That's kind of where our intent is, where we're going to be going. Subscribe. Appreciate any support. Anyone that has anything to offer, just in terms of information, want us to share whatever, like, please, I will read anything sent that could give me a different perspective or teach me anything. I'm constantly reading and learning new things. That's the one thing I love about the internet. But yeah, highly appreciate any support, even if it's just clicking that subscribe button. So thanks for watching. I'm at the gym. I'm gonna go probably just do more mobility stuff, but soon enough we'll be putting out some very unique training videos. So I appreciate it, and yeah, catch you guys later. Thanks.
You go Bruce Lee on his dick. 6-inch punch. That's like a 24-inch punch.
Dude. You see that?
Wax it.
I'm like,
he ain't coming down. Keep going. This is how we keep it.
that's isometric training. That's isometric. Don't go. Dude, how do you know
Do
that?
not come down.
I'm gonna come somewhere.
You better come in there.
Oh god. There was gum on the end of that. That was gum.
That was fun.
Come on the end of that.
We've got that like smoker's lung collapse going on.